Hello, Nation. I just wanted to do a little follow-up on a video I did on February the 23rd. It was called Bridge Saddle Experiment. And I did, in that experiment, I used two bridges, or two bridge saddles, I'm sorry, and tested the sound difference between the two, and it was pretty extraordinary as far as the sound difference. Some of you may remember it. I'll leave a link for this original video, but I like to show you what I came up with after that. So after that, let me grab the camera here and I'll show you here. This particular saddle right here is what I used in the first test, and as you can see, it's much like a banjo saddle. It's got three legs. Strings are right over the top of each leg, and it sounded a whole lot like a banjo. It was very tinny, and so then I went back to test it against the original saddle that I had, which is this one here. And as you can see, it's got two legs. It is wide on the ends, and it turned out sounding the best between these two. This one just by far. Well, what isn't in the video is I continued experimenting with these and decided I was going to try to do a continuous leg across the bottom, but in this style, the style here, which has got a narrow top. I don't think you can see this that well. I'm trying here. But anyway, I tried to decided to try and duplicate the sound that I was getting from this one into something nicer. So I decided to then, since this one didn't work, I decided to try this one. And this one is a continuous bottom. Looked nice and everything, and then when I put it on, it sounded very much like this saddle here. There wasn't a lot of difference. So got me thinking again, and decided I'll try something a little different. And what I did is I took a piece that I had cut off the top of this to get the 5/16 height that came off of like this on the bone blank, and I made just a real simple saddle right here, very thin, and tried that one. And it's only not even 1/8 of an inch wide, 5/16 tall, and discovered that by far between all of these, that this saddle had the absolute best sound of all of them. So I started to draw some conclusions, and at that point, and thought it seemed evident at that point that it seemed like the less mass in the saddle the fuller the sound and the much better the sound it made. Now, these are all completely full bone saddles. Now I'll show you the guitar that I was testing them on, because it may make a difference, but this guitar has a 1/4 inch bridge plate, because I have 2 pizzos underneath there mounted directly to the plate. It's a 1/4 inch high, so this is what I was testing against. So after seeing that this one worked the best on that, and especially if I took the saddle and tilted it back just slightly, I'm over exaggerating here, but if I just took it back just so that it was sitting on the edge of it rather than flat, it was really good. So I wanted to duplicate this sound in something that sounded better. So I had an idea to take a piece of maple, hard maple, and drill 6 holes in it across here to lessen the mass, and then shape it like these, and laminate a piece of bone across the top of it. And so then this saddle is what came out of it as an experiment to try this out. And as you can see, it's shaped just like the other ones, with the holes to lessen the mass. It's very light, but it's very sturdy. So I tried this one, and this one, this saddle here, by far blew everything away that's sitting here on this table. It had a much warmer sound than what this one has. A little bit of the sensitivity seemed to be taken away from it, which was good. But this saddle here was the breadwinner. So that's just bring you up to date a little bit on that experiment. And if you have anything that you'd like to add to this, maybe something that I've missed or conclusions that you've drawn, on maybe some experiments you've done, or any input or whatever, I sure would like to hear it. This was really fun, and I did have a lot of comments on this experiment. And anyway, yeah, I also found out I know a lot of people just make their guitar and this is the way it sounds, but I proved through the experiments I did here that you can drastically change the way a guitar sounds just by a simple little adjustment like this. Doesn't take very long at all to make one. So anyway, I sure would love to hear if any of you have anything to add to that, or say, comment, or whatever. So thanks for listening. Bye.